Every great life is built on the foundation of small, repeated actions that look ordinary but create extraordinary results over time. Most people don't fail because of a lack of talent or opportunity. They fail because they never design a routine that supports the life they dream of. The right routine takes away guesswork. It eliminates confusion. It saves you from relying on mood, energy, or motivation. When you build a routine with intention, you turn discipline into momentum and momentum into confidence. And confidence is what makes you unstoppable. Jim Rohn always said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." If you learn to master your morning, your priorities, your focus, and your evenings, life starts working for you, not against you. Your routine becomes your silent partner, pushing you forward even on days you don't feel like moving. The question is not whether a routine works. The question is whether you're ready to build one that reshapes your future. An unstoppable routine begins the moment you decide that your life deserves better standards. Most people wake up reacting to life instead of creating it. They check their phones, rush through the morning, hope for a productive day, and then wonder why nothing changes. But the world rewards those who prepare. A solid routine gives you the clarity to win the day before the day even starts. It gives your mind an anchor, your actions a direction, and your goals a rhythm. Jim Rohn taught that your habits write your identity. Do the right thing long enough, and soon you won't be able to live any other way. When you commit to a routine built on health, learning, gratitude, and purpose, you're not just organizing time. You're training your mind to expect greatness from itself. And when your mind expects greatness, your life starts matching the expectation. If you want an unstoppable routine, you must first understand the power of consistency, not perfection, not intensity, consistency. You don't need to move mountains every day, you just need to move one small stone. The magic is in returning tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. Jim Rohn said, "What's easy to do is also easy not to do." That means the little choices matter the most. 5 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of planning, a short workout, a moment of reflection. These tiny habits stack until they become your natural way of living. And suddenly, the person who once struggled to stay consistent becomes the person others call disciplined or focused or driven. But it wasn't discipline, it was design. You designed your days so well that success became automatic. When your routine carries you forward, you live with strength, purpose, and a kind of inner fire that no excuse and no obstacle can put out. Every great life is built on the foundation of small, repeated actions that often seem ordinary at the moment, but create extraordinary results over time. Many people believe that success is about sudden breakthroughs, about luck, about being in the right place at the right time, or about possessing some unique talent that others don't have. The truth is far simpler and far more empowering. Most people don't fail because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They fail because they never design a routine that consistently supports the life they dream of. They live in reaction to life rather than in control of it. They wait for motivation to strike, for inspiration to ignite, for conditions to become perfect, and they keep hoping that one magical day will change everything. But life does not reward wishful thinking. Life rewards consistency, structure, and intentional action. That is why routines matter. A well-built routine does more than organize your day, it organizes your life. It programs your mind, and it trains your habits to work in your favor automatically. The right routine takes away guesswork. It removes uncertainty. It eliminates the exhausting need to make decisions based on fleeting moods or emotions. It frees your mind to focus on growth instead of chaos. When you build a routine with intention, you turn discipline into momentum and momentum into confidence. And confidence, my friends, is the invisible force that makes a person unstoppable. Jim Rohn always said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Those words are not just philosophy, they are a blueprint. If you take them seriously and apply them daily, you will start to notice a quiet transformation. Your mornings will no longer be rushed, your priorities will become clear, and your focus will sharpen. Your evenings will become moments of reflection, planning, and preparation, giving you the energy to tackle the next day with purpose. When you design a routine, you are essentially creating a silent partner who works for you every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when life throws obstacles in your path, even when the world tries to distract you. This partner is consistent, unwavering, and loyal. It is your own routine, and it is stronger than fleeting motivation, stronger than willpower, stronger than any excuse you might conjure. The question you must ask yourself is not whether routines work, but whether you are ready to embrace the responsibility of building one that reshapes your future. Imagine a life where your mornings are intentional, where you start your day with clarity instead of confusion. Picture yourself dedicating time to personal growth, whether it is reading a book, learning a new skill, or reflecting on your goals. Visualize a routine that balances productivity with rest, that nurtures your body, mind, and spirit equally, that gives you energy instead of draining it. This is not an abstract concept. It is achievable for anyone willing to commit to small, consistent actions every day. And here is the beautiful part. Once your routine becomes a habit, it takes over. It no longer requires effort to start your day with purpose, to complete important tasks, or to make choices that align with your dreams. The energy you once spent fighting procrastination, resisting distractions, and summoning motivation is now available to create, innovate, and excel. Many people underestimate this power because they expect dramatic results overnight. They don't realize that a routine is like planting seeds in a garden. Each day you water, each day you care for the soil, each day you remove distractions and nurture growth. The results do not appear immediately, but over time, the garden flourishes beyond imagination. Every successful person you admire has a routine behind their achievements. Behind the books they've written, the companies they've built, the influence they wield, there is always a structure of consistent action, a rhythm that turns effort into achievement. You might think that a routine is restrictive, that it limits freedom, but the opposite is true. A routine gives you freedom because it liberates your mind from chaos. It saves your energy for things that truly matter, and it guarantees that progress is inevitable. You are no longer a slave to random impulses or circumstances. You are the architect of your own life. The challenge, of course, is starting. Many people feel overwhelmed at the thought of redesigning their entire day, but you don't have to do it all at once. You start small. One habit, one intentional action at a time. Wake up a few minutes earlier. Plan your day intentionally. Dedicate even 10 minutes to learning or reflection. These small steps are like the first bricks in the foundation of a skyscraper. Build steadily, and soon the structure of your life rises high above distractions, excuses, and chaos. The magic of a routine is that it compounds. One small habit leads to another. One disciplined action builds confidence to take the next. One victory encourages the next. Before long, the person you once were, the person who struggled to stay consistent, who waited for motivation to strike, becomes unrecognizable. You become someone who acts with purpose, who anticipates opportunities, who moves through life with unstoppable momentum. The difference between where you are today and where you could be tomorrow is the routine you are willing to create and protect. Commit to it, protect it, nurture it, and watch as the ordinary actions of today transform into the extraordinary life of tomorrow. A routine is not just a schedule, it is a statement that you are serious about your dreams, serious about your growth, and serious about living a life that others only admire from the outside. Every moment you invest in creating it is a step toward freedom, mastery, and unstoppable success. An unstoppable routine begins the moment you decide that your life deserves better standards. Too many people drift through life believing that success is something that happens to others, something outside their control. They wake up reacting to the day instead of creating it. They check their phones, scroll through endless distractions, rush through the morning, and then hope that the day somehow turns out productive. And when it doesn't, they blame circumstances, luck, or time. But the truth is that the world rewards preparation, clarity, and intentional action, and it punishes chaos, indecision, and neglect. A solid routine is the difference between a life of uncertainty and a life of direction. It gives you an anchor, a structure that keeps you moving forward even when the unexpected strikes. When your actions follow a thought-out rhythm, your mind finds clarity. Your goals become visible, your priorities become manageable, and your energy is directed where it matters most. Jim Rohn always said that your habits write your identity, and he was right. Every habit you repeat becomes a statement about who you are. Do the right things long enough, and soon you won't just perform them, you embody them. When you commit to a routine built on the pillars of health, learning, gratitude, and purpose, you are not merely filling your time, you are training your mind to expect greatness from itself. And when your mind expects greatness, your life naturally starts to match that expectation. Too many people underestimate the compounding power of routines because they only look at the surface. They see someone reading for 30 minutes a day and think that's insignificant. They see someone exercising a few times a week and dismiss it as a small effort. But Jim Rohn taught that simple disciplines, practiced consistently, lead to extraordinary outcomes. Just as a drop of water eventually carves a canyon, small, repeated actions shape the character, the results, and the destiny of a person. The beauty of a routine is that it transforms chaos into control. It turns uncertainty into confidence. Instead of wandering through your day, reacting to what others demand from you, you act with purpose. You become proactive instead of reactive. You decide what matters, and you allocate your energy accordingly. Your routine becomes a guide, a silent mentor, and a protector of your time, ensuring that nothing critical slips through the cracks. One of the most overlooked aspects of a powerful routine is its role in mental clarity. When you know what to do and when to do it, your mind is freed from the endless loop of indecision. You save energy that would otherwise be spent on resisting distractions, making repeated choices, or battling procrastination. That energy becomes fuel for creativity, focus, and problem solving. People often talk about motivation as if it's the driving force of achievement, but motivation is fleeting. A routine is permanent. Motivation will fluctuate. Discipline can be built into your daily design. When you follow a routine, you don't wait for inspiration to strike. You simply act. The action itself creates momentum, and momentum fuels results. Another powerful truth is that routines are not rigid cages. They are flexible structures. They don't limit your potential, they enhance it. They create predictability for your important actions, while still leaving room for innovation, spontaneity, and opportunity. In fact, once you have mastered a routine, you will find that your capacity to handle unexpected challenges skyrockets because you have built an internal system of order, strength, and resilience. Jim Rohn emphasized that people fail because they do not plan for the days when they won't feel like performing. A routine protects you on those days. It ensures that even when energy is low, focus is scattered, or life is overwhelming, your actions are still aligned with your bigger vision. That is what makes a routine unstoppable. It works for you even when you do not. Building a routine is also about intention. It is not about filling your schedule with busyness. It is about creating a rhythm that aligns your daily actions with your highest priorities. It is about asking yourself every morning, what must I do today to move closer to the person I want to become? And then structuring your day so that those actions happen consistently. This level of intentionality is rare, and that is why people who commit to it achieve results others only dream of. One small action repeated every day leads to habits, habits lead to character, and character leads to destiny. You have to decide if you are willing to invest in this process, because success is never accidental. It is engineered, designed, and built through repetition, focus, and purpose. When you establish a routine that incorporates reflection, learning, and proactive growth, you are essentially building a blueprint for your life. The things you once struggled to manage, your health, your knowledge, your productivity, become automatic, almost effortless, because they are embedded in your daily rhythm. You stop relying on willpower or fleeting motivation. You start relying on a system that has been crafted to propel you forward day after day, and over time, that system does something remarkable. It transforms who you are at your core. The person who follows their routine consistently becomes someone of reliability, discipline, vision, and unstoppable momentum. The cycle becomes self-reinforcing. One day of following your routine leads to a better tomorrow. That day leads to another, and the cumulative effect is a life that feels unstoppable. It is not magic, it is design. The choice is yours to make. Will you let your days be dictated by chaos and distraction, or will you rise and decide that your life deserves a routine that supports your dreams, shapes your identity, and guarantees progress? The moment you commit to designing your day, your habits, and your actions intentionally, you begin the journey toward an unstoppable life. If you want an unstoppable routine, the first thing you must understand is the power of consistency. Not perfection, not intensity, not grand gestures, but the quiet, persistent commitment to doing the right things day after day. So many people believe that success requires dramatic action or heroic effort, that one moment of brilliance can change everything. But the truth is far simpler and far more profound. What separates the extraordinary from the ordinary is not luck or talent. It is the ability to return again and again to the things that matter most. You do not need to move mountains every day. You do not need to achieve monumental victories in every moment. You only need to move one small stone consistently. The small, seemingly insignificant actions you take today, when repeated tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that, compound into results that feel miraculous over time. Jim Rohn often said, "What's easy to do is also easy not to do." That is the challenge. The small disciplines of life are simple to implement, but also simple to neglect. Every day offers a choice. Will you do the small things that build the life you want, or will you postpone, distract, and rationalize? It is in these small choices that your future is written. Think about reading for just 15 minutes every day, dedicating 10 minutes to planning your priorities, or taking a brief moment to exercise or reflect. These are not grand gestures, but they are powerful. One day, you might wonder how you got so disciplined, so focused, so unstoppable. The truth is that it was not some sudden revelation. It was design. You designed your routine, your habits, your priorities in such a way that success became inevitable. The compounding effect of these small actions cannot be overstated. Each repetition strengthens your confidence. Each small win reinforces your self-image, and each day of consistency brings you closer to your vision. Many people underestimate the value of this because they are addicted to instant gratification. They want results now, they want proof immediately, but life does not operate on the schedule of convenience. Life rewards patience, persistence, and relentless consistency. That is the beauty of routines. A well-crafted routine removes the reliance on willpower, motivation, or mood. It removes excuses. On days when energy is low, when life is chaotic, when distractions are relentless, your routine carries you forward. It acts as your silent partner, your unseen coach, your dependable ally in the pursuit of success. Habits are the building blocks of character. Your routine is the framework of your destiny. When you commit to consistent action, you are essentially training yourself to live above excuses, to operate at a higher level than your feelings dictate, and to shape your life according to deliberate intention. Many people think that discipline is about sacrifice or suffering. They imagine a life of deprivation, rigid schedules, and endless struggle. But in reality, discipline is about freedom. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done when it must be done, so that you can create the results you desire without chaos or panic. A routine is the ultimate tool of discipline because it transforms actions into habits and habits into identity. Over time, you become the kind of person who naturally acts in alignment with your goals. It is no longer a battle to get things done. Your routine ensures that the right actions are taken almost automatically every day. Another critical aspect of an unstoppable routine is focus. A routine removes distraction by creating structure. When you know what to do, when to do it, and why it matters, you are no longer pulled in 1,000 directions by random impulses or external pressures. Your mind is anchored, your priorities are clear, and your energy flows toward what truly moves the needle in your life. This is where ordinary effort turns into extraordinary results. It is not about doing more. It is about doing the right things consistently. The magic of a routine lies not in its complexity, but in its simplicity. It does not have to be elaborate, fancy, or difficult. It has to be consistent. It has to be intentional. It has to be repeated day after day, week after week, month after month, until it becomes the foundation of your life. And once it becomes the foundation, it changes everything. You start the day with purpose. You handle challenges with confidence. You finish tasks without procrastination. You no longer rely on fleeting emotions to determine your progress. The person who once struggled to take action becomes the person others describe as disciplined, focused, and unstoppable. And the most remarkable part is that it all began with a choice. The choice to start small, to return consistently, to design a routine that aligns with your goals, your values, and your vision. The cumulative effect of this design is transformational. Over time, you will look back and see that what once seemed impossible has become normal. The life you imagined is no longer a dream. It is your reality. But remember, it starts with today. It starts with one action, one small step, one repeated habit. Momentum is born from action, and routines are the engine that sustains that momentum. When you embrace consistency as your most powerful tool, when you honor the little disciplines that make up your day, you build not just habits, you build character, confidence, and an unstoppable force that propels you toward your highest potential. Every day you commit to your routine is a victory, a brick in the foundation of your legacy, and a step closer to the life you were destined to create. This is the essence of an unstoppable routine. The power of small, consistent, intentional actions repeated over time until they become automatic, unstoppable, and life-changing. Let me ask you something. How long are you going to wait for life to happen to you? How long are you going to sit and wonder why success seems effortless for some and impossible for others? The truth is, it's not luck, it's not magic, it's not a secret you don't know. The difference between the person who wins and the person who merely wishes is simple. They take control of their day every day. They build routines that carry them forward even when they don't feel like it. Imagine sitting across from yourself 10 years from now. What do you want to say to the person staring back at you? Do you want them to say, "I wish I had tried harder," or "I built a life I am proud of"? Because here's the secret. Your future self doesn't care about your excuses today. Your future self cares about your actions. Right now, in this very moment, you are writing the story that your tomorrow will read. Are you willing to make that story one of intention, purpose, and unstoppable growth? Or will it be another tale of missed opportunities, procrastination, and what-ifs? I'm not asking for perfection. I'm not asking for heroics. I'm asking for commitment. One small action, taken consistently, repeated day after day, is more powerful than bursts of effort that fade the moment life gets hard. Jim Rohn said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Let that sink in. You do not need to be extraordinary to live an extraordinary life. You need to do ordinary things consistently, intentionally, and with purpose. So start today. Don't wait for motivation. It will not always come. Don't wait for clarity. It will only appear when you act. Build your morning, shape your habits, dedicate time to your growth, and watch how life begins to bend in your favor. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow with a plan, with a routine that aligns with your goals, and you follow it no matter what. That one choice creates momentum. Momentum is powerful. Momentum is unstoppable. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence turns into results you never thought possible. And when challenges come, and they will, you will not be swayed because your routine is your anchor. It is your silent partner, your shield, your guiding light. Think about the person who is consistent. Day in, day out, they show up, they put in the effort, they honor their schedule, and they guard their focus. After months and years, they look back and see mountains moved, goals achieved, and dreams realized. The difference is not in talent or luck. It is in the habits they refuse to compromise, and you have that power too. Right now, you can decide that no more excuses, no more delays, no more waiting. You can decide that your life deserves better standards, better routines, better habits. You can commit to showing up for yourself every single day, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. That is where real growth happens. That is where unstoppable momentum is created. And I want you to hear this clearly. Every step matters. Every small action stacks. Every morning you rise with intention. Every plan you execute, every disciplined choice you make, is a brick in the foundation of a life that can't be shaken, a life that commands respect, a life that inspires. Imagine a life where you don't have to fight for motivation because your routine gives it to you. Imagine a life where you are the person who others admire, not because of luck, but because of consistent action, intentional growth, and relentless focus. That life is possible. It starts with you. It starts with today. You have to ask yourself, am I going to let my circumstances dictate my life? Or am I going to design my days so that success becomes inevitable? The choice is yours. And here's the thing, there will never be a perfect time. There will never be a perfect moment. The only time to act is now. The only way to build an unstoppable routine is to start, to repeat, to refine, and to protect it as if your life depends on it, because it does. So stand up, commit to your growth, guard your time, structure your day, prioritize your actions, follow your routine with discipline, be consistent even when it's hard, and slowly but surely you will see a transformation. You will wake up one day and realize you are living a life you once thought was impossible. Your actions will have carried you farther than luck ever could. And when that happens, you will smile because you will know you built it. You designed it, you lived it, and no one can take that away from you. Remember this, success is not an accident. It is a habit. It is a routine. It is a decision repeated over and over until it becomes unstoppable. You are capable of more than you realize. Your future is in your hands. Your routine is your tool. Your commitment is your weapon. Build your routine, honor it, and let it carry you to a life that is bold, extraordinary, and unstoppable. The world rewards action, consistency, and persistence. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you refuse to settle for less? Will you take control of your days and, in doing so, take control of your life? Your answer today shapes every tomorrow. Stand tall, take action, and let your routine turn the ordinary moments of your day into extraordinary victories that define your life. The time to start is now.